Hey guys, how are you doing today? That's good. So, who here has heard of a sprained ankle or sprained an ankle before? I'm going to imagine at least one person has raised their hand. If you don't know what a sprained ankle is, it is when tendons in your foot stretch or tear when your foot rolls doing an exercise. If you don't know what a tendon is a tissue that connects the bones to bones, adds stability, doesn't let the bones just float around in your foot. Uh, did you know that according to myclevelandclinic.org, ankle sprains account for 15% of all ankle injuries? Today I've gotten all my information from ankleandfootmd.com, mayoclinic.org, and you will hear all about my personal experience. Today I will be talking about the sprains and how much of a support of your ankle could put you at risk for further injury and ways to help with prevention. Ankle sprains are the most common musculoskeletal injury. Out of all ankle injuries, 77% are ankle sprains. Now, most times these tears are nothing too serious and do not need surgery. Those are grade 1 and grade 2. Grade 1 is just a stretch of a tendon, and grade 2, there's just like a slight tear when you roll your ankle. With grade 3, it is a complete tear of the tendons, and that will require surgery. But with other ways to recover with grade 1 and grade 2, is therapy, supporting the ankle with tape and braces. Those are the most common ways to help it. You just rest on it too. That helps. While taping of the ankle will help with the sprained ankle, it may lead to further injuries in the body if the body is ready to support itself. It is said that Dr. Silverman, an ankle specialist, that after 15 minutes of the tape being on the ankle and foot, that it loses its effectiveness and no longer does its job and will potentially cause further injuries. Tendons may rely on the tape to support that will lead to further damaging effects. Some injuries that can occur is muscle damage and relative knee problems, and the worst injury that can occur is that these tendons just don't and the muscles don't build up themselves and just become dependent on those supports, which is just not good. If that does happen, if you sprain an ankle, you just need to build up the tendons, the muscles around there, and just that way they can support themselves. Most athletes will prefer to use an ankle brace instead of tape. That way, they can just reattach it, fix it if it gets loose at the game. Instead of tape, you need a whole process. You need a professional to do it. I don't know if anyone here has heard of Steph Curry. I'm sure most of you guys have. Before his winning ways, he actually sprained both of his ankles, grade 3, both needed surgery, ending like his first couple years in the league. And now he's big into the ankle braces over tape. He doesn't like the tape. It just doesn't help. He's big into the braces, working those exercises to get those muscles good and going. According to mayoclinic.org, wearing fitting shoes for activities you are doing and keeping good muscle strength and flexibility are very important. For example, when playing basketball, you want those big base shoes to help support so you can't roll. That's why basketball shoes are like that, so they help with that. And also to train your muscles to keep them strong and help with stabilizing the foot in a normal position. So when you go back to a normal day-to-day activity and you kind of walk a little, like your foot rolls a little bit, it's stable enough to not sprain as bad. Moving on to my personal experience, I had experienced a grade 2 sprained ankle, which is the slight tearing of the tendons in my foot. Did not require surgery, but it was a harder sprain on me because I had previously sprained that ankle within the year. In the summer before my senior year of soccer, I'd sprained my ankle playing basketball at a local park with my friends. I was able to play on it. It didn't hurt too bad when first doing it. Like I was limping, but it bruised and swelled the day after, and I rested. I didn't do anything for it. Flash forward to my district quarterfinal playoff game against our team, our division rival. We 7 minutes into the game, I rolled my ankle and I was laying on the field. It hurt so bad. I could not walk on it. I had to be carried off the field with the support of my teammates. It was bad. And I feel like the reason this happened is because I did nothing to strengthen my ankle after the first sprain. I just rested, I iced it up. I did no therapy, no muscle, and through the wear and tear of the season, by October, when we're starting in August, just practice every day in the games, they just put a dent on your body. And by that, I hit a weird spot in the field. My ankle rolled, and I collapsed. We went on to win this game, and we had 5 days until the semifinals, and I was with my athletic trainer every single day, therapy. The first 2 days I wasn't allowed to practice, so I sat through practice with it iced up after doing therapy for like 30 minutes with her in her room. And then the next 3 days, we were again just working every single day, trying to just build it up through therapy and stuff. But again, the tendons were still torn. But she had cleared me to play. I was able to practice the next 2 days. She cleared me to play. We taped it up before we went. I was just doing everything I could. And, well, we got to the semifinal game, and we don't really like to talk about what happened there, but I had played through it. And, yeah, it was not fun, but we got through it and I played. But talking about that semifinal game, we don't like to really talk about the end of that game or the result of the game because it still hurts to this day. I hope you guys have a great day and stay healthy.